Dad probably never wrote anything down, but he had spoke about it. Not like Mum. Mum wouldn't discuss it, but Dad would.
Well, I know when you're young, you have your parents to care, look after you, bring you up best you can, but then as you get older, you've got to think about yourself.
And then when Mum did pass away, we kept wondering what was going to happen with him. What do you want, Dad? Do you want to come and live with one of us? No, I'm fine. I've got me home here. Why would I want to go anywhere else? And then I said, well, I suppose that's true. I really don't have to worry too much about you, Dad. You own your own home. You've got some money in the bank. You've got your pension. You've got your health. You're still able to drive the car around and things like that. So at this stage, we don't really have to worry too much about you, but we're always there for you. How many of us think, I've put down my car keys, now I don't remember where they are? We didn't realise that this was all the start of his dementia that was coming in.
I went for my regular mammogram and I was diagnosed with breast cancer. That was a shock.
About 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with epilepsy. In the period since, it's had a significant impact on my life.
And I have said to the girls, I don't ever want to be in a home where I have to be fed, I have to have someone change my nappy if you like. I don't want that. That's not, to me, that is not quality life. If other people can cope with that, that is fine, but I don't personally want to cope with that. And I don't want other people to have to do that for me.
Having someone tell you that you're going to be on medication for the rest of your life, and it's medication that has a significant impact on you both psychologically and physically, it's difficult to know what that's going to mean for you and how your health is going to be maintained, or good health is going to be maintained.
I am a single person. I belong to the gay and lesbian community, and there are a lot of people in my world who have limited access to birth families or next of kins, or whatever you want to call it. And so that's why it is important to have it down on paper.
Well, I think no matter what age you are, you've got to think about your future. It's no good saying there's always tomorrow. Now, as you get older, what do you want? What in the way of a funeral, or who do you want to care for, or what, which path are you going to go in your life? And I decided, I know what I'll do. Get an exercise book and write my life in it. I've got 2 cousins that know all about the book, but I certainly have a good friend who's a nurse, diabetic nurse as well, and she has said to me, you've got to get onto it. Now, you've really got to set your mind to it. I've got a will, certainly got that, which needs to be altered. And she said, think of it all, put it all together and get your advanced care plan done as well.
The concept of advanced care planning, what I've come to realise with it is that it's about taking responsibility for how you want things to be, and not putting people in a position where they have to make decisions that they probably shouldn't have to make, and making it as easy for them to come to terms with whatever it is that they might need to, rather than have to have the dual worry of, is this the right thing to be doing?
After going through this with my mother and going through with my father, my husband and plans have been done to the stage where I won't have my children going through what I'm going through at the moment. I just would not like to have to put them through it again the way I've gone through it at all.
I first heard of it about 4 years ago, and I did mine 3 years ago. The first step to go through something like this was interesting because it was discussion on lifestyle and was a discussion on life values. From that interview then, we took my thoughts stronger into the medical treatment, the medical environment, and that took it through into what would I like done, how would I like to be treated. So it was a step-by-step process, and finally we had an advanced care directive on paper. That I already did have a medical power of attorney, a niece of mine. So I took the directive and I went over it with her, step by step. Our first impression, mine was that I don't really know or care about what's going to happen. I won't be conscious, so it doesn't really matter. But I then discovered that in the second process, that there were aspects that I actually did feel quite strongly about. So it isn't something that you just jump into. It is something that evolves. And I can say with all, total honesty, that it was probably one of the best things that I've done.
See, a lot of people fear death, and I think that's an issue. They don't want to talk about it because they find it as something scary. It's a conversation that has to happen, and I guess, as I say, a lot of it depends on your relationship. And I am very fortunate as I've got a very open relationship with my girls, and there's never any topic that's off the table.
It's very easy to think you're indestructible at 18 or 21. I know I did. But life doesn't go on forever. And the sooner you start to have the conversations about it not going on forever, the sooner you understand that life's more important and you should be living it the best way you can and to the fullest, sooner rather than later.